Hello, hello! Pizza Packs here, and we're back with Wilds of Eldraine set booster box number 2. Let's see what we get. Alright. So, I may have mentioned it before, but I started a new job yesterday, and it's going pretty well. So, seems to be a really great group of people. Alright, let's see. Is packs 1 through 10. One shifted over. 11 through 20. And 21 through 30. Let's get going. Move that over just a touch. All right, pack 1. So, we have Realm Scorcher Hellkite for our first art card. Very nice. On an adventure, Foil Hollow Scavenger, Intangible Virtue, and Lich Knight's Conquest. 96, that is our first one. This is a really neat one because it gives you the option of just returning a whole bunch of stuff to play from your graveyard. We have our commons and uncommons. Oh. And a foil forest. Just goes for foils. Pack 2. Alright. We get a Bog Wraith from the list. Very nice. And our art card is Horned Lockwhale. Very nice. Let's see if we can get a little more light over here. Alright, then we have a foil Witch's Vanity, Dark Tutelage, and Werefox Bodyguard, number 2, I believe? Yep, number 2. Then we get a storybook version of Horned Lockwhale. This version is 278. The normal version is 53. That is our first Horned Lockwhale. And we get Gawain, Casting Director. I believe that's the second one we've gotten from the Commander set. Then our commons and uncommons. And a Plains. Alright, pack 3. We have Necropotence, anime version, for our art card. Aldiaz, or Aldiaz, the Senderwind, from Dominaria, from the list. Then we have Ariette's Whisper, foil. Very nice. Leyline of Lightning. Nice. We have Gumdrop Poisoner. Now, this was a fantastic card in Sealed. 93, that is our first Gumdrop Poisoner. Being able to create food at instant speed was really big, and then also just being able to kill something and have a life linker afterwards was great. Our uncommons, and a Swamp. Alright, pack 4. We have Leaping Ambush. Squirrel! Booster Blitz, Magic Minigame Rules card. Ice Rot Sentry, foil. Very nice. And Ground Seal. With a Restless Cottage. Hey, this is our third Restless Cottage. Need that per deck. Commons, or uncommons, uncommons. I'm just going to say commons and uncommons. And a mountain. Alright, pack 5. Alright, we have Waste Not for our art card. Rat Token, Bespoke Battle Garb Foil, very nice. Spreading Seas, and Stab Wound. Spellbook Vendor for our rare, that's 31. This is our first Spellbook Vendor. Okay. We have Knight of Doves, which is an oddly good card. Well, it's not oddly good. It's very good in sealed. I don't know how it's going to be in standard. And then a foil forest, which goes with foils. All right, pack 6. These packs are just fighting me today. It is Edgewall Inn. Yep, Edgewall Inn for the art card. We have a food token. And Welcome to Sweet Tooth foil. Hatching Plans. Really like that art. And Grasp of Fate. Alright, then we get Ingenious Prodigy. Let's see, 56. That is our first Ingenious Prodigy. Alright, then our commons and uncommons. And a Full Art Swamp. Very nice. Pack 7. Is something Financier. Discerning Financier. On an adventure for our token, foil Cut In, which was very, very good and sealed. The young hero roll is much stronger than most people expect. Curiosity, very nice. Food Fight, I believe that's our second food fight. 129, it is. We have Court of Vantress, very nice, which is from the Commander set. Our commons and uncommons. And a Full Art Forest, nice. Alright, pack 8. It is something worm. Beanstalk worm, that's it. Guess his favorite shovel. That is the in-universe version of Lucille from the Walking Dead Secret Lair. We have Spellscorn Coven for our foil. Intruder Alarm, very nice. And Honk, the Goose Mother is here. That is our second Goose Mother. We have our commons and uncommons. And a swamp. Alright, pack 9. Alright, we have Court of Ardenvale. Night Token. Foil Impact Tremors. Very nice. Vampiric Rites. And Agatha's Soul Cauldron. Very nice. This is one of the more hyped cards from the set. 242. This is our first Agatha's Soul Cauldron. We have Food Coma. Well, our commons and uncommons. We have one of which is Food Coma. and a mountain. I think there's a full cycle of food enchantments that cost 4, but I only know of food coma and the Night of Sweet's Revenge or something like that. The green one. Alright, we have a stamped Court of Lochthwain. Very nice. Human token. Foil Imodine the Pyro Hammer. 137. That is our second Imodine. Impact Tremors. And Questing Druid. Let's see, 234. I believe that is 234. Yeah, that is our first Questing Druid. Okay. We have our commons and uncommons. And a mountain. Fuller mountain at that. Alright. This is pack 10. This is pack 11, apparently. 11s. We have Leyline of Abundance for our card. Throat Slitter from Betrayers of Kamigawa on the list. Emidane's Recruiter. Well. Leyline of Sanctity. Very nice. That's beautiful, too. It's nice that that's going to be easier to get a hold of, because those have been a pain recently. In fact, we did a box opening of, I believe it was M19, searching for a playset of those. Let's see, Garrick's Uprising and Decadent Dragon. 223. This is our first Decadent Dragon. Our commons and uncommons. And a mountain. Alright, Dirty Dozen, pack 12. Tattered Ratter. We have a Wicked and Cursed roll card. Conceited Witch, foil. Defense of the Heart. Very nice. And a Regal Bunnycorn. Yeah, that's our second Regal Bunnycorn. Excited about that. Byra, Dreaming Duelist. Well, that's a cool one. All right. Our commons and uncommons. And a foil island. Very nice. Lucky 13. Have Elevere of the Wild Court. Bird token. Birdie, birdie, birdie. Foil Bellowing Bruiser. Phyrexian Unlife. Oh, that is cool. That is some cool art on that Phyrexian Unlife. And we have Hilda's Crown of Winter. 247. That is our second Hilda's Crown of Winter. Belligerent of the Ball. It's the belle of the ball. Our commons and uncommons. And an island. Alright, pack 14. Have Sky Beast Tracker, Monster and Sorcerer Roll card, Shrouded Shepherd foil, Griffin Airy, and Virtue of Strength. Very nice. Alright, that is 197. It is our first Virtue of Strength. Okay, and a Borderless Restless Cottage. Not college, Restless Cottage. We have already pulled a playset of Restless Cottage now. Alright, commons and uncommons. And a swamp. Alright, pack 15, halfway through. Alright, we got a Knightly Valor for the art card. Treasure token. Foil Ice Out. Oh, that is pretty. We get Nature's Will. This was recently featured in Nature's Adorable Secret Lair. If you haven't seen that, go give it a look. Season of Growth. The Apprentice's Folly, 200. It's our second copy of The Apprentice's Folly. And we have our commons and uncommons. And Forest. Alright, pack 16, Sweet 16. Well, I guess every pack has a chance of being sweet in Eldraine. It is Throne of Eldraine. Hansk, Slayer Zealot. I believe this is Rick. Or Michonne. I don't remember. I'm not going to try and remember which cards these are, but this is the in-universe version of one of the Walking Dead cards. Foil Voracious Vermin. Raid Bombardment. Pollen Shield Hair. 233. That is our first Pollen Shield Hair. Okay. We have Fairy Dream. Oh, it's our commons and uncommons. Yeah, commons and uncommons. Foil Swamp. Very nice. Pack 17. Alright, we have Eerie Interference for our art card. Booster Blitz minigame rules. Foil Up the Beanstalk. Copy Enchantment. Very nice. Feral Encounter. 169. This is our second Feral Encounter. Our commons and uncommons. And Flare Plains. Nice. I think our numbers may be off. This is pack 18. We have Frantic Firebolt. Stamped. Elemental token. Foil Water Wings. Interesting name. Leyline of the Void. Very nice. Garrick's Uprising. Nice. Farsight Ritual. 49. This, for some reason, well, I don't think this card's going to see a whole lot of play until Memory Deluge rotates. And I think this actually rotates at the same time. Farsight Ritual. That is our second Farsight Ritual. Alright. We have our commons and uncommons. And plains. Alright, pack 19. Ego something. Ego Drain. Food token. Foil Graceful Takedown. Spreading Seas. Archon of the Wild Rose. Number 2. We have Court of Garenbrig from the Commander set. Our commons and uncommons. Oh. And a swamp. And rounding out the second stack, we have pack 20. Alright, this is Karmic Justice, anime version. Nivix, Area of the Firemind. Very nice. It's originally from Guild Pact, I believe. Right. Rowan's Grim Search. Our foil. Brown Seal. Restless Vinestalk. Very nice. Let's see, 261. That is our first Restless Vinestalk. Our commons and uncommons. And a mountain. Alright. Pack 21. If you remember what that's from, leave it in the comments. So far, no one has managed to know. Doubling Season. That's pretty hard. Treasure Token. Snaremaster Sprite. Well, Bitter Blossom. And I believe that's the anime version, too. Very nice. Grasp of Fate. Hatching Plans. Bramble Familiar. 164. This is our first Bramble Familiar. Right. Commons and uncommons. And an island. 2 to 2 to 2, 22. Alright, we have Cooped Up. So angry. Royal and Young Hero rolls. Foil Belligerent of the Ball. Very nice. Griffin Airy. Extraordinary Journey. 48. This is our second Extraordinary Journey. Then our commons and uncommons. With the Forest. Here's pack 23. That is Hatching Plans. For the art. Ruthless Invasion from New Phyrexia. From the list. Foil Gingerbrute. Run, run, run. Raid Bombardment. Tangled Colony. 113. That is our first Tangled Colony. Right. Now our commons and uncommons. And a foil Plains. Very nice. Like 24. We have Kellen the Fey-Blooded. And we have an advertisement for Arena on mobile. Should probably make it a little more stable before they advertise for it. Foil Dragon Mantle. Very nice. Compulsion. Siege to the Mirror, number 2. Very nice. Gonna go ahead and put that in a sleeve. Where did I put my sleeves? There they are. So go ahead and sleeve that up. It is currently one of the case cards in the set. We have a Virtue of Loyalty. Very nice. It is our second Virtue of Loyalty, and it is a storybook version. And Lady of Laughter, which is one of the out-of-band cards, which is from the Jumpstart. It's one of the Jumpstart rares. That is our first Lady of Laughter. Nice triple rare pack. Oh, it's an adorable otter. I have a friend that is going to love that, so I'm going to pull that off to the side for them. All right. And a full art mountain. All right, pack 25. Oh, that's pretty. Omniscience. It's the anime version of Omniscience. Forbidding Watchtower. Very nice. And a foil storybook Gumdrop Poisoner. Very, very nice. That is our second Gumdrop Poisoner. And then we have Rest in Peace. RIP. And Devouring Sugar Maw. 224. That is our second Devouring Sugar Maw. Commons and uncommons. And a full art foil swamp. Very nice. Right, pack 26. We have Splashy Spellcaster for our art card. On an adventure. Foil Nature's Will. Very nice. With a dragon mantle. Then we get Restless Bivouac. 257. That is our first Restless Bivouac. Very nice. Okay, then we have our commons and uncommons. And a plains. And pack 27. We have Knick-Knack Oaf. Or Oofy. Food. Tough cookie. That's just how the cookie crumbles. Wow. Foil. Utopia Sprawl. Talion's Messenger. Or Talion's Messenger. One of the two. 73. That is our first Talion's Messenger. Attacks with one or more fairies, draw a card, then discard. Neat. So it grows. Commons and uncommons. And a full art island. That's beautiful. It's just beautiful island. 28. We have stamped version of Rowan, Scion of War. Very nice. Wicked and Cursed rolls. Quick Study Foil. Very nice. Knightly Valor. And Expel the Interlopers. Let's see. 13. That is our first copy of Expel the Interlopers. And we have our commons and uncommons. and an island. All right, pack 29, coming down to the last few. All right, we have Conceited Witch, Winchester Draft, Magic Minigame Rules, Foil Two-Headed Hunter, Oversold Cemetery, very nice. Realm Scorcher Hellkite, nice, 145. That is our first Realm Scorcher Hellkite. Alright. We have our commons and uncommons. And Full Art Plains. Lovely. Alright, and last but not least, pack 30. Wrapping up the second box. We have the Crater Hoof of the set. This Moonshaker Cavalry. Treasure Token. Sweet Tooth Witch. Foil. Karmic Justice. Very nice. Omniscience. Oh, sweet. I'm gonna put that in the sleeve. That's very pretty too. Alright, then we have the Huntsman's Redemption, 176. There's our second copy of the Huntsman's Redemption. Alright. We have our commons and uncommons. And a forest. Alright, well, thank you for joining me on this adventure. As always, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. This is the best way to help out the channel. Other than, of course, watching videos. So, we also have a Patreon. It's linked in the About page. Gives you access to some cool stuff. If that's something you're interested in doing, cool. If not, that's cool too. But as always, until next time, stay awesome, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.